Hello and welcome to another Abbott World Marathon Majors conversation with, and this week I'm delighted to be joined by Aly Dixon. Aly, hello, welcome. Tell everybody where you are right now and a little bit of background on your running journey.
Hi, I'm Aly Dixon. I'm based in Sunderland in the northeast of England. It's a beautiful location, brilliant for running. I'm right on the coast, but also I can run 3 mile in another direction, and I'm out in the countryside. So it is really great for running. We've got everything that I need around here. I've been running pretty much. I've been immersed in running pretty much since the day I was born, because my dad was a marathon runner. He did 2:21 back in the day. So I've always been around running. And then I joined the local club when I was about 11. And I actually only joined because one of my friends at school was a member of the club. And they were going on a trip to a Flamingo Land, which is a theme park up here in the northeast. And I wanted to go to the theme park. So I was like, I'm going to join the running club. So my dad was over the moon that I was joining the running club. And then kind of, I did get hooked on running. It wasn't necessarily, I didn't really want to be a marathon runner back then, because I'd been to watch my dad do things like London Marathon and a lot of there was more local marathons back then. And I saw a lot of people, collapsed in heaps and all the exhaustion and the effort it puts through. And I remember at one point actually saying to my mum, I'm never ever running a marathon. So yeah, back then I wanted to be a long jumper or a hurdler, but it quickly became apparent that I didn't really have the physical attributes to do those events. So I went into the middle distance group and then just moved up the distances as I got older. And 11 years ago now, I think it was, I made my marathon debut at London. And yeah, the rest is history.
So having gone from never wanting to run one, you've run an impressive amount. I just want to tell the viewers some of your amazing stats. I'm just looking at your Abbott World Marathon Majors profile here. You had in 2017 you ran the Virgin Money London Marathon in 2 hours 29:06. You did New York in 2010 in 2 hours 42 and 49. Just tell us about some of your majors experiences, some of your standout performances. It's just incredible.
Yeah, like I said, my first ever marathon was the London Marathon, and that was in 2010. And I was in the elite field, which I wasn't really too keen about doing, because obviously it's a female-owned field, and I was very conscious about being out there by myself, especially on my debut. But I was also kind of a bit too cocky about the marathon. I knew the time that I wanted to run because it was European Championships and Commonwealth Games that year, and the qualifying time for those was 2:38. And I was like, I can do that. It's only 6-minute miling. And typical rookie mistake, I got to 10 mile. And I thought, actually, this is quite hard. By the time I got to 16 mile, I didn't want to run another step, but I forced myself to finish, because it was my own stupid fault that I was in so much pain, because I made that error of going up too fast. So I crossed the finish line, and most marathoners will say never again. But I was the opposite. I was like, I need to do that again, because I want to enjoy the marathon. I want to have a positive experience. So I went over to New York in the November, spoke to the race director there, David Monty, and he gave us a place on the elite field. And I absolutely just loved it. Fell in love with the whole event. I ran the fabled negative split, my only ever negative split. It was a 1 second negative split, which people tell me is even running, but it's not.
Okay.
Half was definitely faster. But yeah, just absolutely fell in love with the whole event. And yeah, I've never looked back since then. I've done 5 of the 6 majors. I should have been sitting with a 6-star medal around my neck by now, because I have actually started 6 of them, but sadly DNF'd at Chicago in 2018. So yeah, I've got to go back over there and finish that one off.
So, like you said, Chicago is on your plans and you want to become a 6-star finisher. Not only would you become a 6-star finisher, but you would join a very elite group of ladies, elite ladies, who have done something even more special. Tell us about that.
Yeah, because in major championship years, the Olympic Games and the World Championships are also classed as majors. So I don't think we actually get an 8-star medal, but there is such a thing as the 8 stars, where you do the 6 marathon majors and you get your 6-star medal. And then, there's only, by my reckoning, Edna Kiplagat done all 8. But I know there's 2 very, very good Americans hot on my heels trying to get the 8 in as well as me. So yeah, it's a bit of a race against 2 legends just now.
And those legends being Dina Castor, who we're very familiar with here, and also Joan Benoit Samuelson. It's fantastic you want to do it. What do you think it would mean to you to have that 6-star medal, and where would that rank, that having done all those 8 alongside your other achievements, Aly?
Yeah, it's always been a major aim for us, like since I started the marathon, because I never really started the marathon saying, oh, I'm going to make Worlds and Olympics. It was obviously, I had the dream of making them, but it was never really kind of something that I thought would happen. I dreamt about it and I hoped it would happen. So to actually get those to happen, that was absolutely amazing. You can't beat representing the country in the Olympic Games. It is the greatest show on earth in sporting terms. But to get the 6 medals, the majors, it's like, yeah, it has another special meaning. Like each race you do has a special meaning to you. So to get my 6 stars and to join those other thousands of ordinary everyday runners with those 6 stars, I feel that it gives you that connection, because I do have a different experience of each of the majors, because I normally go up with the masses. So with the elite rather than with the masses. So that gives me a different experience of the races, but it gives me a connection to that everyday runner. And I always say, because of the way my career has panned out, I was a club runner for 21 years before I became an international runner. So I have more of that kind of, I still see myself as a club runner who got very lucky and took some really great opportunities. Whereas some of my competitors, they class themselves as an international runner, and that's it. They haven't really experienced that club level. So yeah, it is just kind of another box that I want to tick. I've always set out and said I wanted to do, the 6 majors and then have my name on that wall of fame. And then there was a few other little things that I wanted to do kind of within my competitive career before I finally hang up the flats and sit back on a rocking chair and retire.
Well, it's definitely going to be a case of when and not if. So we really do hope to see you on the start line in Chicago very soon. Over the last few years, though, Aly, you've upped the ante and you've moved into ultra racing, and you are now the world record holder over 50 kilometres. What was the motivation behind that? And tell us about your debut event where you broke the world record.
And it's not really that different from a marathon.
Okay.
It's less than 5 miles, 8 kilometers more. So I classed it as an extra large marathon. So I didn't want to kind of call myself an ultra runner, because to me, ultra is like a 50 mile or 100 mile. So yeah, I went away to my training base in the French Pyrenees in Font-Romeu, got in really, really good shape. And I actually said 2 weeks beforehand, before the 50 kilometer champs, I came back from a 10-mile tempo run and I said, I'm not doing the championships. And my boyfriend was like, what? You're in really good shape. I was like, yeah, but if I do Berlin, I can get a marathon PB and possibly qualify for the Olympics. And he was like, no. He's like, you're 2 weeks away from these championships. Focus on those, we'll have a look, see how you come out, but you might be able to do both. But just stick to your plans, don't change anything. And then, yeah, I went over to Romania for the 50K, a complete unknown in the world of ultras. Even when I'd applied put my name forward for the team selection, the team manager said to us, good marathon runners don't always make good ultra runners. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I want to be, under the radar, no pressure on me. I just go out and do what I do. And yeah, I went out running past that 26 mile, 42 kilometers for the first time. It's quite daunting.
Yeah.
I've trained up to 29, 30 miles, but I'd never raced beyond the 26. So I got to the 26 and I did have a bit of a head wobble where I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I was like, wait on, you're in the lead. You've only got 5 miles left. Just get on with it. And then it was a looped course. We did, I think it was 5 laps around this 9-kilometer course.
Wow.
And we got to the top end and one of our team managers was on the feed station there with 4.5 kilometers to go. And she shouted at me, you're going to smash the world record. And I just looked at her, I went, what is the world record? I hadn't even looked at any of that. I just wanted to go out and skewer the win, hopefully break the British record. So to finish and be told that I took 80 seconds off the world record, which has stood for 31 years, it was just like, yeah, it was quite mind-blowing. But I also went, that's it, I retire. I've done everything I need to. So yeah, I've said that was my first and only ultra. But, I also then a few days later said never say never. I might go back and try and go faster, but who knows.
And just tell everybody, Aly, what is that world record time that you now hold?
It's 3 hours, 7 minutes and 20 seconds, I think.
Wow. For
Yeah.
50 kilometers. Unbelievable. So
I get comments saying, yeah, that's your marathon split. What did you do for the 50 kilometers? I think, no, that was for 50 kilometers.
that's incredible. So what is next for you, Aly, other than Chicago? Do you want to keep doing marathons? Do you have other ambitions in life outside of running? Where do you see yourself going?
Yeah, I'd love to keep on doing marathons. Obviously, I'm 42 in September, so I am starting to slow down and kind of take a step back. But I really want to do Chicago to get that 6-star medal. And then, the postponement of the Olympics has kind of lit a fire in us again, because obviously I did Tokyo this year and that didn't go to plan. So I thought, well, another Olympics is totally out of question now. But because it's been postponed again, I could possibly do it. But thankfully, and this sounds weird when I say this, but thankfully the girls in Britain are now running so fast that they're making it harder for me to kind of keep up and qualify. Whilst I was still up there running 2:29 and being one of the fastest, I was like, we have got a chance. So it's really good to see them coming through, and it's given me kind of the perfect timing to step back and say, yeah, it's over to the youngsters now, give them a go. But yeah, I'll always continue to run. I'll join in a lot of the local races. I love the Northeast running scene up here. Do some of the more kind of lower key marathons and half marathons that I've never had a chance to do in the past, but you're always focusing on the majors and then the championships and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll always be around and running, but yeah, I'm starting to get now, I think probably 12 to 18 months left on the international scene, and then say, right, I've done everything, I've had my time, let's step back. And outside of that, I'd love to do a bit more coaching. I do a little bit of coaching just now, coach a few guys from the club. And I'd love to get involved with something, getting youngsters, young children more active and moving more. Not necessarily just into running or anything like that, but just physically moving more amongst the day, whether that's in schools or in a community setting or anything. But I am quite passionate about getting children more physically active and more healthy.
And what a perfect time to talk about that, because at the moment, with so many of us in lockdown, physical activity is the one thing that people are really clinging to. How has running helped you during this period of time?
Yeah, literally, it's been my lifesaver, because we've been locked up for 10 weeks now, and our lockdown hasn't been as strict as some other countries, so we're very lucky in that. But if I couldn't get out for my once a day, just go out and run. And again, luckily, we didn't have a time limit on how long you could go out and exercise for. But I didn't go silly. I didn't go out and run for 5 or 6 hours or anything like that just because I could. I pretty much stuck to my normal running kind of setup. I pulled back on the volume, pulled back on the intensity a little bit at first. And obviously, only running once a day, jumped on the bike on the turbo to top up on that. But yeah, having that release and that time out in the open and the fresh air, and just that kind of hour or so away from my partner, which, obviously I love him to bits and everything, but it can get quite stressful when you're living 24/7 on top of each other. And it's great whilst I've been out there, seeing so many new people coming, like trying to run and trying to cycle and walking and that. And I know there's a lot of kind of everyday runners that have been running for years. They get quite protective over their trails and that. They're like, it's ridiculous, all these new joggers out on my trails. I'm like, but it's a good thing. We've got to encourage these people, because the big problem is we're a nation of unhealthy, unfit people. And, that's one of the reasons why we've got a high mortality rate from this virus. So encouraging people and getting people out there, getting them moving, it's one way of overcoming and combating it. And if there's anything like this happens again in the future, hopefully, all these new joggers, all these new runners have kept that up, and we're a little bit of a more healthy nation, and we can fight it better.
Exactly. Now, Aly, before I let you go, I just, on that note, as a coach and as an elite runner, what words of encouragement or support would you have for people watching this who are struggling with that feeling of they're running, but they're not racing, they don't know what they're training for? What are you saying to people right now?
My biggest piece of advice is just enjoy your running and don't put any pressure on yourself. Just go out there and do the thing. And even myself, I've been doing some of these virtual races, which are pretty much time trials, but they're like 1 kilometer and 1 mile, so it's complete opposite end to what I normally do. But it's good just to challenge yourself and to see what you can actually still do. And then, I'm doing these online virtually against under 15s. So I'm like, yeah, I'm 41, I'm still beating them. So it gives you a nice little feeling as well to know that you've still got it. So yeah, just any little challenges where it's going to get you out of the house, it's going to give you some mental stimulation, it's going to make you happy.
Aly, thank you so much for your time. It was great to chat to you today. What an amazing career you've had and continue to have. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing you at the finish line of a Chicago very soon to give you that special 6-star medal. So stay safe and stay healthy, and we will see you very soon.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the chat.
Bye.